everyone, and welcome to another high elo game of Age of Empires. Today is my wife's birthday, and I'm spending all day on the computer and probably sleeping on the couch as the Viper, playing as the Berbers in green, gets ready to take on Daniel, playing as the Ethiopians in red. Now, all the players heard their herdables explore their immediate surroundings with llamas and with scouts and try to go up to Feudal as fast as possible. Let's take a look at the Civ matchup we'll be watching today. The Berbers are a civ that pushes its players into the four warm, welcoming legs of cavalry. To start with, all their stable units become 15% cheaper in Castle, 20% cheaper in Imperial, which makes their Hussars super duper trash units. Their camel units can be upgraded to regenerate health. Their castles can be upgraded to work 25% faster, both of which strongly benefit their first unique unit, the Camel Archer. This is a mounted archer unit with good HP, great speed, and an attack bonus against cavalry archers. Now, starting in Castle Age, the Berbers can also train a second unique unit, the Genitor. Think of this as a mounted skirmisher that comes with more HP but less range and does cost a little bit more food. Why? Because you have to train the horse that the Genitor is sitting on. Now, to help your economy get up and running as fast as possible, take a look at this. Berber villagers, you see 0.84 at the bottom left of your screen. They move 5% faster in Dark Age and 10% faster in every age after that. Across the Grass Sea, we've got Daniel playing as the Ethiopians, a civilization designed to kill its opponents as fast as possible. Their foot archers are the fastest firing foot archers in the game. Their onagers, their scorpions, rams, and bomber cannons can all be upgraded to have an even bigger blast radius. And their unique unit is the Shotel warrior, in a very fast, incredibly strong, but overall somewhat fragile unit that only trains in 4 seconds once you have it rather upgraded to its elite form. And a bit of a deer having a bit of a walk back. stubborn deer here for Daniel, loses control of it. Now, to help strengthen the Ethiopian army on the field of battle, both their Shotel warriors and all of their camel units can be upgraded to take less damage from all mounted units in the game. And when I say all mounted units, I absolutely mean all mounted units, ranged or melee, which may prove to be a bit of a problem for our Berber, because like I said, they are very much a cavalry-centric civilization. Now, to support the Ethiopian military endeavors out on the map, Ethiopians do get 100 free food, 100 free gold whenever they go up in age. So we'll keep an eye out on the top right of our screen and watch that bonus happen in real time when Daniel clicks up to Feudal. They get the pikeman upgrade for free, which not only saves them research time, but also about 300 resources in total. And the Ethiopian economy is much harder to raid or surprise, because their outposts come with a massive +3 boost to their line of sight and do not cost any stone, which means I expect to see some Ethiopian outposts out on the map for our red Ethiopian. In the meantime, he is building a barracks, both players sitting on 15 villagers, both going up to 17, 18. Let's take a look at where the resources are located. Primary gold for Daniel in the center back position. Primary stone very exposed here to the front. This is a lot of open space for that Berber cavalry to run around, and a bit extra gold off campus on both sides of the base with some extra stone nice and secure in the back. The Viper, primary gold, very exposed to the front. Primary stone, very exposed to the front. Holy moly, what a terrible spawning location, unless you take into account these forests. And look at these beautiful anchor points for his wall-offs. Easy wall off to the east, easy wall off to the south, although not where my mouse was, probably down here, so he can control his gold. Additional stone, additional gold in the back with another 3 stone pile all the way to the back, and an additional gold also off campus. So scarce resources. I think Daniel's positioning is a little bit better, even though his primary stone is very exposed. But location of forests here for the Viper compared to Daniel, I mean, Daniel's base to the west, the south is basically entirely open. And even though he's got this small little forest of 2,400 wood in the back, that does not make up for this big open expanse where, like I said, the Berbers might have an absolute field day. That being said, let's see which direction the players decide to go. Daniel first to click up off the back of 2 fewer villagers. And let's keep an eye on out on the top right of our screen. In 30 seconds, you will see the food and the gold go up by about 100. And look at this, the Viper providing a bit of an escort to Daniel's units. Looks like the scout's moving slower than it should be. And let's take a look now. 150 food, 10 gold becomes 250 food, 110 gold. You love to see this in action. The Viper will hit Feudal 40 or so seconds behind his opponent right now, building his first military structure, has already closed off his lumberjacks to the north, to the south, and this is fantastic unless our Ethiopian decides to throw in some of those lightning fast machine gun archer units, in which case these safety zones become very quickly death zones. However, oh, never mind. I was going to say, however, we are pretty far away from seeing archers, although building an archery range. Let's see. There it is. There's the first archer being trained. So not as far as I thought we would be. Daniel opting to put on some good early game pressure here in the 9.5-minute mark, has discovered where his opponent's base is. The Viper has got it. Okay, he's going to see a 4 pile of gold, which is going to tell him he's around, you know, secondary-ish resources, and he's going to pivot to the north, and he's going to discover the house. Okay, so now the Viper at the 10-minute mark knows where his opponent is, as our Ethiopian tries to bust his way through a hastily constructed palisade wall. I don't know why the game just glitched over there. Let me know if it glitched on your end. Damn. The game since the last update has been a little jankety, to put it nicely. Ooh, this is a bit of a closed off area here. Okay. Couldn't run through these. Are these bush bee? No, this is a rainforest? Okay. Looks like first kill goes to Daniel as the spearman skewers that scout cavalry. His scout cavalry very busy on the western portion of the map, trying to get in through this palisade wall off. Oh my goodness, what an entirely ludicrous waste of micro time for both players here. Although now that the Viper is building a house, not exactly the biggest waste of time. Oh no, oh no, oh no, he doesn't notice, or did he notice? Man, that palisade here was so hard to see. The Viper did notice. I'm surprised he let the house go down like that. He's got archer units of his own. Skirmishers will be able to do quite good against these archers. Spearmen should hold their ground well against Dark Age militia. Although the Viper here, oh my goodness, 3 dead units, 1 dead villager. This might be problematic here. Luckily, the Viper was ahead in villagers. We saw Daniel taking a bit of a shortcut to get his butt up to Feudal off of 2 fewer villagers. So we'll see whether the loss of 1 villager has any kind of significant economic impact. Maybe, maybe not. And like I said, now these are kill zones, and these villagers have to run the hell away. 2 skirmishers are good, but they're not going to be able to shoot away this scout cavalry unit. And beautiful placement here of his units by Daniel. Not really approaching this kill zone from the town center. At the same time, he's trying to get the skirmisher. Oh, that is very sour for Daniel. The natural counter unit here. This militia trying to get something done here. Trying to get another villager kill. Or maybe a villager kill for him. Looks like the militia will get taken out by the villager. Looks like the skirmisher will get taken out by the scout, but the scout will die right on top of him. Oh, goodness gracious. And looks like the archer, or maybe the scout, managed to get a kill over here. The archer survives, and now these villagers are going to be tickled away at. Probably not killed, but taken off of their lumber line is just as good at the moment. But no upgrades. He is not at a +1. He's still 17 seconds away from getting fletching, which means that archer is not at his full potential. Now he pivots to the left. The Viper, of course, pivots right, and the dance begins. Skirmishers show up. The archer backs away. The spearman has to be very careful. He does not know when this 1 scout unit will appear. Even though it's got 5 HP, it can wreck at least one of these skirmishers before dying if the Viper isn't paying attention, which is not something that always happens. Now the Viper 2 skirmishers here as well. So the Viper is doubling down on 11 skirmishers, about to take on these Ethiopian archers. Take a look at their firing speed already at a 1.7 by virtue of that civilization feature. Scout, archer, both dead. Daniel, a little bit too late to get that fletching upgrade. He could have at least picked off a little bit of HP on these lumberjacks, at least force them off the production line. They would have had to pivot south maybe. Instead, that archer lies dead. And his comrades to the south not really accomplishing much. His comrades to the east kind of just hanging out. And the Viper's base is secure. The Viper's base is safe. To the back there is a bit of an opening, but with this many skirmishers, even scouts are going to have to be a little bit careful, especially when 2 spearmen are mixed into the composition as well. Oh, but look at that. Beautiful picking off there by Daniel. Fantastic moves out of both players, actually. This has been a quite interesting battle of micro out of both players, and I absolutely am here for it. Daniel has to retreat, did get a few kills, 2 in total, but the skirmishers are going to wreck these archers. Oh, okay, they catch one on the retreat. And now these archers are going to run face first into a bunch of skirmishers as well. Oh, man. Both players sitting on the exact same upgrades. Daniel now 3 villagers ahead. Let's take a look at his settlement, what he's got. He's built the stable. He's built 2 stables. Market, archery range, blacksmith. So Daniel is going to have one of basically everything except for the stables, which he has a pair of. The Viper. Let's take a look. You saw the archery range. We saw the blacksmith. And that's it. He is getting gold mining upgrades at the moment as Daniel clicks up to Castle Age. The Viper still 200 food, 100 gold short. And this is not a good position for our Berber to be in. You do not want to let the Ethiopians dictate the pace of the game. Man, oh man. If he starts producing Shotel warriors, I mean, he's nowhere close. He's got 0 stone. But if he goes Shotel, if he goes camels, we'll see what route our Ethiopian decides to go. For now, in the middle, a bit of a Cold War developing between a huge number of archers and a huge number of skirmishers. The Viper is clicking up to Castle Age 2.5, rather a minute and a half behind his opponent. Yikes. Lots of hill placement potential here for both players, so high ground becomes very important. Remember, you do take 25% less damage and give 25% more damage when you are on the high ground. And look at that. Daniel says, okay, enjoy. I don't think you're going to be able to do anything with a bunch of skirmishers and a few spearmen. So I'm just going to circle around you, hit Castle Age, and absolutely catch 3 reinforcing skirmishers who are not making it home. Archers move into the 0 minimum range or 1 minimum range. Face first into those skirmishers. There's that minimum range. And demolish the reinforcements. What is the Viper building here? He's still a minute away. Husbandry going up for our Ethiopian, and now 3 knights are on their way. 2 of them already halfway across the map. This is exactly why I said you do not want to let the Ethiopian dictate the pace of the game. Man, oh man. And the Viper's entire army here is about to get destroyed. Oh, man. I mean, he took 2 archers with him. Maybe a third? No, not a third. 1, 2. Yeah, 2 archers and a scout, it looks like. And look at the Viper's army count. He's basically been reset to pre-Dark Age. Even in Dark Age, you get 1 scout. The Viper's got 0 army supply. What he does have is a wall off. And what he does have is an opponent very, very keen on taking down a stable when 1 simple palisade. If he just takes down... Why is he attacking the house with the archers? If he just focuses all of his attention here on the palisade, there is space here to run around. Or maybe attack this house and go through the back. Why is he attacking a stable, a bunch of farms? Ooh, I'm not too sure this is the appropriate play here for Daniel. And now... What? Genitors are out, I guess, to stop these archers. I'm not too sure they get any kind of bonus against cavalry or anything of that nature. Yeah, no bonuses to speak of except for spearman line units. And what's that first one? Archer +4. But you know what I think the Viper is thinking here? Speed and mobility. He is going to attack because these guys move very fast. 1.49 compared to the Knights, which move at the exact same speed. The Scout Cavalry can close, but they're not exactly the strongest unit. We've got our camels here as well thrown in. So basically every single cavalry unit that he can build, Daniel has built. Unfortunately, took all the time in the world to destroy a stable and a palisade. So basically 175 wood that the Viper can replace instantaneously with no fewer than 32 lumberjacks. Genitors get caught out though, and now the Viper, he's just going to try to distract is my guess, as he continues upgrading his range units +2/+2. Camels notoriously terrible at their armor. 0 base armor of any kind. Means that these Genitors could actually do some serious damage. 1 pierce armor against 5 attack, 4 damage for a unit that only has 100 HP is not terrible. It's not great. It's not terrible. The Knight with their 2 base armor, a little bit tankier. Daniel might want to invest in some armor upgrades for his cavalry units. But man, oh man, is the Viper lucky that Daniel stopped along the way to destroy that one stable and didn't try to bust his way into the base, because had he destroyed this house, for example, this entire backwards portion of the Viper's base would be in jeopardy. Now the Viper's securing with a 3rd town center at the exact same time. Daniel does the same. Don't mind this location at all. Don't mind this location at all either. Primary gold, wood, a bit of space for farms, even though looks like to the east, not exactly a lot of space. And Genitor is just picking off these archers. That's so sour here for Daniel. All of a sudden finds himself down in villagers and no longer infinitely larger army supply. Now he's only up 3 units. There's a monk here which might get sniped. No. Oh. Okay, does ultimately get sniped. For a second there, it looked like he was about to attack the Genitors. Oh no, and now these Jennies are going to be attacking over here with their beautiful shields. Look at this super cute unit. I meant cool, I didn't mean cute. Bit of death on both sides here. Villagers are dying, but so is a camel. How many Jennies is this? 9 Genitors in the choke point. And now our Ethiopian, who has access to very far-seeing outposts, is spreading out units across the map. Ooh, these light cab have to be careful. 1 dies to the town center. Or no, never mind. I think he deleted both of them. I thought there was town center until I looked up and there were no units in there. I think he just deleted both of these units. Didn't want them to fall into the Viper's hands. Another camel bites the dust. And all of a sudden, Daniel is down in army count as well, just now getting chain barding armor. Where were you 5 minutes ago? And his scout keeping a very wide angle, knowing that the Viper is probably going to move here with his monk. The Viper, I think, saw the scout or rather light cab, and immediately retraced his step. 2 relics to 0 in favor of our Ethiopian, who is back. But this is not as overwhelming an army as he used to have. Archer count is being replenished. Are we going to see crossbows? I hope. Now Genitors are going to be able to kill. Okay, never mind. I thought I was going to say they're going to be able to kill at least one of these light cav units, but no, never mind. They chase them away. And what a fantastic use. Ooh, who's he going to see? He's going to see the monk. What a fantastic use of this unit, this Genitor. Again, not super expensive. Jaguar wants to attack into here as well. 40 food, 35 wood is not terrible. Technically a trash unit. But using a few of them, man, oh man, 6, 7, 8 minutes ago, the Viper had 0 army count. He had a Ethiopian army knocking on his front gates, on his front door. Now all of a sudden he's equal army count. He's ahead in villagers. He's building infrastructure. He's expanding out of his base. Although this villager might be a little too exposed, maybe. We'll see if Daniel notices. Of course he does. Peels off 2 light cav. We'll see if he gets... What are the attack upgrades on these guys? Only +1. Monk gets a camel. Jaguar joins in on the fight. Jennies are going to be able to take away this knight's life. And that's exactly what happens. Now the Viper is here. Oh no, the Jaguar. The Jaguar has been watching my videos. He knows that these guys have a minimum range of 1. So he's inserted himself into the minimum range. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I actually just want to highlight this unit. 42 HP, 41, 40. Keep an eye on this unit and see if that Jaguar manages to kill. Doesn't look like Green is noticing that his unit is being mauled. Camel down to 20 HP. The players positioning themselves, both using these lightning fast cavalry units. 40 HP has become 25. Ooh, now the Viper notices, or maybe not. Now he sees the camel chasing him. The camel. The camel. Be careful. It moves faster. Daniel notices. Gets the convert on the Genitor. Jaguar comes in. Oh, okay. So... oh, that you know why that Genitor converted and switched sides, right? He saw that the Viper didn't give a rat's ass about him and left him there to die, to be mauled at by a Jaguar. And then Daniel saved him with the quick thinking and maneuverability. Although he's now dead as well. What's not dead are Shotel warriors being produced. Royal Heirs is on the production tab as well. So now they're going to take 3 less damage from each one of these units. And already for a unit that attacks on a 5 basically means Genitors do nothing. Absolutely nothing to the Shotel warriors. There it is. How many camels does he have? 15 camel riders as well. They are also going to attack. So Royal Heirs does affect only camels and Shotel warriors. Pet Jaguars do not count. Will he notice? Yeah, he notices. Of course he notices. Everyone notices the Jaguars. Castle going up for the Viper here as well. Let's take a... Economy's identical. Our Ethiopian has taken a army supply lead. But look at this. His base. His base is just walk right in. It's completely open. Viper heading up to Imperial, getting light cavalry, getting scale barding armor. These Genitors, it doesn't look like it's enough to one-shot a villager. Keep an eye on them, see. Yeah, not enough to one-shot a villager, but here come the Shotels, here come the camels. Remember, these camels, these Shotels take 15 less damage. Look how little damage these skirmishers on a horse do to the Shotel. A unit that is literally a glass cannon. What does it have? 40 HP, 45? Oh my god, I'm trying to click it. 45 HP. And remember, these camels take less damage from the camels. Wow, the Viper's army for a second time is going to get absolutely wiped off the face of the earth. At the same time, our Ethiopian for a second time is pushing into the Viper's southern base. He's seeing a lot of infrastructure here. These Shotel warriors, 0 attack bonus against buildings, needs to upgrade those, upgrade that immediately if he wants to do any kind of damage. But look at their base attack. 16 base attack, jumps up to 18 when they're elite. Man, oh man. Viper, another castle in the far west. Shotels chasing light cav. Big juicy castle has planted itself here. 1, 2, 3 archery range, a barracks, 2 stables, and a whole bunch of houses are now in jeopardy here for our Berber. Where are you going? Where are these guys going? 12 villagers on stone. The Viper has not yet enough, almost enough to go for another castle. What the hell? What the hell is this? You're not supply capped at 200. Why are you throwing away your villagers? They all die. Oh no. And other Shotels are here. +2, +1. Movement speed 1.32. You can't really engage underneath 2 full town centers. Not with your shitty HP and 0 base armor of any kind. But the Viper is here. He's raiding 1 Shotel warrior. Is going to try to take down 2 light cav. Will he succeed? No, but he basically almost gets... Wow, just how it shows you how powerful that unit is. Okay, light cav are going to do pretty decent against this town center with their total 4 pierce armor. It doesn't look like Daniel has noticed that this light cav has racked up 2 kills. I think one of them is the Shotel, one of them is a villager. Yep, another villager bites the dust. Our camels exit stage north. This castle continuing to attack the town center. Oh yeah, look at that. The red line just barely touches the town center. More Shotels are on the way. He's going up to 27. Imperial Age himself. Chemistry, plate barding armor for our Berber. His army count is 1/3. It's 1/3. Just under 1/3 of his opponents. But the Viper's got more villagers, which means he can take a few bad battles here and there. Camel archers are out. So the Viper, again, is going to do 3 less damage. He already attacks on an 11. So 3 less damage is going to be very, very annoying to have to deal with for the Viper. He's going to get frustrated, I think, with these Berber Camel Archers pretty quickly. Or maybe not. He's pushing out. He's got 2 Trebs. This castle is in jeopardy. If this one falls, there's nothing standing between this castle and the other castles. The Viper choosing to go after the ooey gooey juicy center of this base, or at least this quartet of castles. And here come the Shotels. Oh, you're gonna take Shotels on with Light Cav. Goodbye, Light Cav. Luckily for the Viper, these Shotels are engaging outside the murder hole radius, but look at how quickly that Treb just melts in the sun. And Daniel, I don't know that that was necessarily a good trade, does manage to get rid of the 2 Trebs that are attacking his castle. Now has a Imperial Age, so the ability to build 3 Trebs himself. His camels are raiding, but they're attacking structures. 27 kills, 7 of those economic. The Viper is attacking the back of Daniel's base at the same time as Daniel is attacking the back of the Viper's base. The only difference is the Viper's got a castle here. No, no. Oh, no, Daniel not paying attention. The route he sends these camels. How many died? Holy shit. 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably 1 or 2 behind here as well. That is very sour at a moment when you absolutely want as many camels as possible. Elite Shotel warriors. He's going up to 38 of them. 18 base attack, only 50 HP. Pierce armor finally goes up to a base of 1. But the Viper, he's keeping Daniel's villager count roughly at where it's been for the last 10 or so minutes, in the 110 area, as he himself goes up to 143. And look how nonchalant he's being. This castle, I mean, castles, fantastic structures, serving many purposes, but here, I think this is just a zone out production here. I don't think the Viper is taking the threat very seriously. Whether or not he should is a different question. Whether or not this castle is going to melt like butter. Let's take a look at their attack upgrades now. +3 against buildings. Attack speed, 2 seconds. The basic infantry attack speed. And that's all she wrote for that castle. Murder holes? The Viper. First heart. Now the Viper? What is going on? Be still my heart. Murder holes. Our Shotel player is going to discover very quickly that this castle has murder holes, as it takes 1 volley only to kill a Shotel warrior. Oh god, what a disastrous engagement there for Daniel. Holy moly, he lost a whole bunch of Shotels. The castle raking up 20 kills, racking up, sorry, not raking up. Now this castle's got a Treb inside, doesn't even need additional arrows to kill these Shotels. Shotel count down to a meager 35. And they are here. They're telling the Viper, you are trying to mine my stone? This quarry belongs to me and me alone. Goodbye, villager. 1 more swipe, and down goes the villager. So let's see a big battle here between a ball of Shotels, 42, and this. What a beautiful army. First of all, I love the Camel Archer as a unit. It is just such a pretty unit. Second of all, this is pretty dangerous. I mean, there's a delicious meat shield here of 25 light cab, which the Shotels will have just an absolute field day with. And he engages into this castle as well. The HP is down. The Viper getting hoardings. But he's garrisoning these Camel Archers inside, adding more arrows. Oh man, another disastrous under the castle engage for our Ethiopian. He's got 40 Shotels, but I don't know what they're going to do. Full pierce armor of 5. But with murder holes, their effectiveness at taking down castles, he's going to need a lot more of them. Especially when the castle's full of Camel Archers. I mean, 5, 6 Shotels running in 1 at a time is definitely not going to do anything, especially if the Viper sees it and positions his Camel Archers right there in the way. Oh god, what another loss that Daniel just cannot afford. His gold count's 100. He's being raided in the center here. Whoa, look at this line of Shotels. Go north, get the Trebs. He gets the Trebs. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, let's take a look. Why did Daniel resign? 112 villagers. The Viper's at 120. Army count's healthy. Let's take a look at, let's see what the hell's going on here. So you can't really engage into here. Because again, the castle fire backed up by, even without, honestly, who's kidding who? Even without the castle, he probably should not engage into this army of 31 fully upgraded attack-wise Berber camel archers. He can get the Treb, which is taking down a very high priority house here that's on fire. But one castle down, 2 castles down, 3 castles down is a quartet. The quartet has become a solo act with one last castle for our Ethiopian. Okay, now he's being raided to the center in 2 different locations. Castle down here to the north as well. Camel archers moving in. Only 4 showtails to defend. And now you can kind of get more of a sense. The picture is slowly coming into, well, what's the expression? From blurry to clear. It's slowly becoming clear why Daniel decided to GG. Pressure to the north, disaster in the center. What are the upgrades on these light cav? For full armor upgrade, not wasting his gold on any more upgrades is the Viper. But man, oh man, and this army to the west is just, I don't know how to describe it except to say it's basically impotent. He's going to get another Treb for sure, but these camel archers can run circles around these showtails. And he's got 100 gold left. Let's take a look at the stats. 63 light cav, 142 showtails, 180 PKPM, 163. Interesting. 22, 27, 22, 22. So literally 5 seconds apart. Economy, I can't see being too different, right? Yeah, the gold, relic gold, 4 relics to 1 really shows you 2,000 extra gold is the difference here in gold count. But the Viper with a bit more stone, not enough for an extra castle, but a bit more. 6,000 more wood, but down on food count. And like I said, right now in Imperial, the light cav, and if he wants to, they can become hussars. He's got plenty more gold to mine. Once he starts getting hussars out, once he starts spamming, he's already got 5 in the production tab. Remember, they're 20% cheaper. So Daniel knows that. He knows he's about to be under a huge amount of pressure by quicker moving units. And even though the showtail on a one-on-one basis can destroy these light cavalry units speed-wise, he just can't catch up. What do you do? 1.65 tiles, 1.32 tiles per second. And oh yeah, and now this. So the Viper is attacking in 1, 2, we'll call this 3, 4 to be dramatic. 5 different locations at once. And Daniel just does not have the units for it. 6 archers from the Feudal Age, although I actually think they're from Castle Age, you just didn't upgrade them, remain hidden inside this archery range. And man, oh man, I just want to see one thing, because I saw that the Viper got a bunch of, yeah, so he got Casbah, which explains how he was able to produce his camel archers super quick, and Maghrebi camels as well. So he produces these camel archers super quick. They regenerate health. And I think Daniel just realizes, hey, I'm about to be overrun. My base is completely open to the north, to the center, to the south. I have got 1 out of 5 castles left. The quartet has disbanded. Each member thinks that they are the superstar, as happens in a bunch of different bands and groups and troops. And 3 of them F off, leaving 1 last survivor to stand tall against 4 Trebs, although maybe 3 in the very near future. Regardless, Daniel realizes that he just cannot keep up with the Viper. The Viper just overwhelmed him, and despite a good amount of early game aggression out of our Ethiopian, it is the Berber in green, the Viper, who takes the W, but GG to both players. Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips and make sure to subscribe and enable notifications so that you're notified of my latest uploads.